In the Sauce Gardner trade, the Jets took a gamble on wide receiver A.D. Mitchell. So let's put on his All-22 and I'll show you why Darren Mougey was intrigued by his upside. Let's go. What is going on, everybody? It's Luke here in the Jets film room, and we're back with another All-22 breakdown, and today we're evaluating the newest wideout A.D. Mitchell. The Jets obviously got a haul in the Sauce Gardner trade. They got 2 first-round picks, but I love the theme here from GM Darren Mougey. He's taking high upside swings on young wide receivers, John Mechie, and now in this deal, A.D. Mitchell. So why him? What does he bring to the table that hasn't quite clicked in the NFL yet? It's the deep threat ability at 6'2", 205 pounds. Great clip to start here against the rival Miami Dolphins. You're going to see top of the screen here, Mitchell with a tremendous speed release to the outside, stabs his foot in the ground on the comeback, and then makes a terrific catch outside of his frame, toe tapping, and it's a big first down for Indy. The explosiveness and his ability to push guys down the field vertically and beat them is terrific. He did it a ton in 2024, but they couldn't find him. Here, I love the change of direction at the top and then the ability to corral that ball outside his frame. He's dynamic and so fast for a guy who's built like him. He was just like this at Texas. What a terrific route. He is a deep threat who can beat you vertically, and then that scares defenders and makes them struggle in trail technique. Great way to start the video. You can see the traits that the Jets have fallen in love with, and that's why they're taking this gamble. And a great example here against the Green Bay Packers. You're going to see them rotate into a cover 3 shell. It may not directly be man coverage, but A.D. Mitchell is going to smoke the safety one-on-one. As we let this roll, he is stacked here left-hand side of the Colts formation. A.D. Mitchell gets off, sells the out route, breaks it off, gets that separation, and makes the catch down the sideline. I mentioned it. He was open a ton in 2024. Watch the Texans game in week 1. They just couldn't hit him. Here he sells the out route, gets that safety chasing and worrying about that outbreaking route, but then he snaps it off, and he's got deep speed for a guy his size. This is the skill set right here that is tantalizing for the New York Jets. They don't have a deep threat on the boundary, and he is a great example of a guy you take a risk on and see if he works out for your franchise. But this next play is both wildly impressive and the reason that A.D. Mitchell is no longer with the Colts. We're going to fast forward now to the 2025 game against the Rams just a few weeks ago, and he's a starter in this offense at this point. But it all goes south right now. Mitchell is at the top of your screen. I want you to watch him run this vertical route against man coverage. He's not open, but he works through the contact and makes a ridiculous one-armed catch, and it gets even better. Spin move, A.D. Mitchell down the sideline. He's going to take it in for 7, isn't he? He did, right? Oh my goodness. He fumbles the ball through the end zone, and it's a touchback. So he makes this ridiculous play when, even though he's not open, he works through the corner, through the contact, one arm stabs it, an incredible spin move. I mean, yards after the catch at 6'2", 205, and just streaks down the sideline. But it's all undone by a mental mistake, and that's been a theme over the last 9 or 10 months for A.D. Mitchell. He can do some ridiculously impressive things, especially down the field, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back. This is the reason that he's in Florham Park right now, but still a ridiculous play. But because of A.D. Mitchell's vertical threat, it opens up these kind of wins against zone coverage. Corners are worried about his size-speed combination, so comebacks and sits become lethal. From that same game against the Rams, have a look at him eat into the cushion here, sell the deep route, slam on the brakes, and get out of bounds. Huge first down. Minute to go here in the game. They need to score a touchdown, and a big completion to A.D. Mitchell. I want you to look at the hips of the corner. He's worried about the speed. Open up. He is in bail technique. He's worried about being beaten deep over the top like he should be. We put our left foot in the ground, we break it down, and we have separation at the top of the route. This is really impressive stuff. It's the combination you want from a big outside traditional X receiver. He just can't put it all together, but that's why the Jets like this kid. He has the deep speed and physicality against man, but then he can also sell it with these kind of comebacks. It's a pretty cool combination. And I had to include this clip because it's far too ironic. We've just seen A.D. Mitchell and 2 first-round picks traded for Sauce Gardner. Here is Mitchell versus Gardner, and a win for the Jets' new wide receiver. This is another strength of his. There was another one against the Bengals in the preseason. Mitchell running these drag routes. Sauce doesn't get hands on him. He can't keep up with the speed. He turns it upfield. One defender to beat. He unfortunately gets brought down at the 1 yard line. But if you don't press him and you're not physical with AD Mitchell, he has the speed to explode on these drag routes in mesh concepts. As I mentioned, this was not the only example. I couldn't get my hands on all 22 from that Bengals preseason game, but I saw him win against man coverage on these drag routes a couple of times, and I thought it was pretty funny that it was him versus Sauce Gardner. But the big weakness that we saw in AD Mitchell's rookie season was the drops. Here's a crucial one against the Giants. When you're a 6'2" possession receiver, you can't have this. From the top of your screen, again, against off-man coverage, does a great job creating separation, but we need to bring this ball down. Now, am I saying this is a perfect football? No. But when you're built like him and have this catch radius, this needs to be a completion. Every day of the week and twice on Sundays. It is not. But again, you see the traits. Look at the separation at the top. The corner is worried about AD Mitchell blowing the top off. Even with safety help, Mitchell, really nice pad level, shoulders over toes, breaks it down, and just separates 3 or 4 yards so easily. This is the good and bad, and the reason the Jets have AD Mitchell right now. They love the traits, but you don't like the lapses in concentration you saw against the Rams, and these kind of drops. Gotta have it. And to finish the video, just so you know I'm not picking on one random Mitchell drop, here's another from his rookie season. Against the Packers, you're going to see him one-on-one against man coverage, wins to the outside, does a great job separating at the stem, crocodile arms, ball gets big on him, hits him in the chest, and it's one of the worst drops you'll see in the NFL. All that after he puts the corner on skates. I mean, just destroys his ankle. He wins off the line, and then bang, foot in the ground, deep threat, wins again, great job breaking it down. There goes the cornerback. We have 5-6 yards of separation, and we drop the football. Just cannot have this. As I mentioned, he was wide open for the entirety of his rookie year. Quarterback play killed him. He should have had so many more big plays, but you cannot have these negatives. So there's my breakdown on the Jets' new wide receiver, AD Mitchell. He's a 6'2", 205-pound deep threat. He is smooth, and he is going to create big plays for your offense. But he has to get the drops right, and he has to learn from that moment against the Rams. I don't think his stat line and box score was indicative of his rookie season in 2024. As I've mentioned multiple times throughout the video, he was hurt by quarterback play. He was missed time after time deep down the field, but he did not help himself. I think he's got a chance to be the Jets wide receiver 2 or 3 in the future, and I love this dart throw from Darren Mougey.